Welcome back. You're watching Girl Talk, and we are all cozy and cushy here at Monroe Furniture Center in Monroe, Wisconsin. Later on, we'll talk with Jerry, he's the owner, about what kind of Christmas deals they have and how to maybe get some folks on your Christmas shopping list taken care of. Right now, we're talking health, and if you like a practical, sort of preventive approach to your health, you're going to want to meet our next guest. With us right now is Dr. Laura Salyer, and she is with Innate. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to talking here. Now, we want to start talking about the liver of all things.
Yes.
Tell us why the liver is so important and why you want to discuss that today.
Well, the liver is like your little old Scandinavian grandmother who's vacuuming and cleaning up after you. It's this silent organ in your body that does work 24/7. And oftentimes, if we learn to treat the liver right, we can actually not feel so bad after the holidays.
That sounds good, because we tend to overindulge a little bit.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So how does the liver work? Kind of give us the lowdown.
Absolutely.
The layman's version.
Yes. So the liver has two conveyor belts. The liver takes everything, all the garbage we eat, like your inflammatory food choices, your fried turkey, your Jack Daniels, even your medications, and it takes it into that first conveyor belt, and halfway through that process before it reaches that second conveyor belt, it has inflammatory metabolites. Now, these are actually more toxic than the original thing you ate or drank. And we want these intermediate metabolites to not hang around very often and speed that process through so you can eliminate things safely. And there's ways to hack your body and make this process smooth.
Okay, so does it get worse as we get older? Is it easier when we're younger? Talk to us about that.
That's a great question. It does get worse. In fact, that's right. Doesn't everything?
Yeah.
So that second conveyor belt, phase 2, is actually slow to begin with. And as we age, it gets even slower. So that first conveyor belt is humming along really smoothly, and it can be very quick. But what happens is you pile up in the middle those intermediate metabolites, and that's what makes you feel bloated and have headaches and feel achy after you eat all that delicious food. So as we get older, when you speed up phase 2 and you learn how to hack that, you actually can feel better.
Okay, hopefully you'll give us some of those hacks.
Yes.
Yep. So if somebody is really, really trying to behave themselves over Christmas, really trying hard.
With a straight face.
Really trying hard, but you still end up having that yucky feeling, is there some kind of connection to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so can you kind of go into that?
Being a functional family physician, I pair both conventional and holistic care, and I'm a practical Midwest gal. You have to live life, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we make some choices that maybe aren't ideal. So when you're piling your plate on with that side of guilt and shame that you just ate all the food, what you want to do is you want to increase your water consumption. Because remember, we're trying to flush those pipes and get things moving along. You want to take more fiber, and you want to fill your plate with food that will prime that second conveyor belt. Now, that's things like Brussels sprouts, cruciferous vegetables, brassica like kale and artichokes. And when you actually fill your plate, then you actually make things go faster. The biggest thing people do is after you feel guilty, you don't eat, right?
Right.
Right, you feel bad. Like you just overate, so you're just gonna fast, and that's the worst thing to do. You wanna keep eating.
Okay, so let's repeat the hacks so far. I heard more water, more fiber?
Yes, more fiber to keep things moving.
And then the
and
greens.
then the greens, lots of leafy greens.
Okay. And I think you had said something, or I read something of yours that said if you eat a hamburger without avocado and you eat one with avocado, you can help things go along faster and not feel so yucky.
Yeah, foods are very, basically food is information in our body. And so when you eat inflammatory food, but you add on food that's healthy with it, you can actually diminish that insult to your body.
Okay, so we have some graphics that are going up for our viewers, and on there's a little oil can. Tell us what that is.
The oil can is what helps those conveyor belts move. So we have phase 1 and phase 2. So the oil can in phase 1 are things like vitamin E, vitamin C, things we eat a lot of. So that's why that first phase moves very well. Phase 2 is a little harder to come by, but those are the ingredients that you can see, and if you pick up any supplements with those ingredients, you'll help your second phase move faster.
With those vitamins that you just mentioned.
Nice.
Okay, we may have to rewind and look at that again.
So how can people reach Dr. Laura Salyer?
Oh, absolutely. See, I have a philosophy that health education class should not stop at high school. And as we get older, we need that go-to person that can be that one person to help make sense of all the Google information you have. So you can follow my page on Facebook, which is Health Innate. And every Monday I do a live video where I will explain a health question. And if you're not a Facebooker, just go to my website, drlaurasalyer.com, and you can sign up for a weekly newsletter where I will post the video as well.
All righty.
Awesome.
Thank you. So nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
You can check her out online. Be sure to look at that last name. It's a little different than you might think. And we'll be right back.